They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty.
Hey everybody, Brangberg here, getting a little bit of lag right now, but alright, there we go. Brangberg here. I'm in Dust2. I just have a gun here. What I wanted to do was go over some spots and things like that, go over some strats and things like that for Dust2, as far as different things that I plan and do when I'm covering different sites, and etc. etc. So as far as CT, I love doing the 2-2-1, 2A, 2B, and 1 mid strat. Most of the times I'll be playing mid, and depending on what gun I have, I'll play it different ways. If I'm low on money, I'm using an SMG or something like that. Most times I'll play here, or I'll play here, because I can hear everything going on in cat, everything mid, and everything lower. Sometimes, depending on what I have, if I'm strong A and weak B, sometimes I'll jump over here, so I think there's 3 of them, and I'll play over here. That way I can kind of pick something at cat. If they go lower to Xbox, I can pick them there, and then I can hear everything, you know, as usual there. If I have an op or anything like that, I will play here and guard catwalk with op. Either that or I'll play my guys jumping. I'll have them tell me where they're playing and I'll try and get the quick pick. Usually I don't try and do that because I don't want to get picked early in the round, because that's really not good for my team, so I usually try to avoid that. So that's usually how I'm playing mid. As far as going into B, I'll either play here. Sometimes I play window, usually not. If I go window, I'll usually jump down and then play over here behind barrels, because I have an auto, and then if they see me there, then I'll go over here, because I'll switch back and forth, so I'm not in the same spot every time. I very rarely play over here. Some people do. If you can get over there quick enough, that spot's not too bad. And then the typical car, but it's probably one of the first spots that's checked by literally everybody, so usually not the best spot to play. If I'm defending in here, I'll also a lot of times play here. This is especially the case if I'm terrorist. If I'm terrorist and it's like a 3v1, 4v1 situation, I'll play right here, because I have cover here from window, I have cover here from tunnels, so I'll play door. And while you're playing door, you'll be able to listen and hear. If you hear him play window, boom. If you hear him come in tunnels, boom. So that's usually where I play. I've defended the bomb as a terrorist against 3v1s, 4v1s. I'm not sure about a 5v1, that would be pretty godlike, but 3v1 and 4v1 I have done from that location. And that's usually where I play. So we can go over here. A lot of times too, if I'm playing mid, I'll go over this, and I have an op, and I'm playing mid, and we have the call that they're going long. I'll come over here, so that I play enough of them. I'll zoom in once, so that when they're jumping across, boom, I can pick them just before they get across here. If they smoke it on this side, then I'll converge over to here, but I usually don't like to. I'll usually try and stay over here. If they're smoking it and stuff, then I'll back out and run this way, and I'll go long. A lot of things that I see people doing when they're trying to retake A is they go catwalk. I usually never do that because there's too many spots for them to play. For instance, you come in here, they can play this corner. They can play here along stairs. They can play up here by standing on this little area right here. They can play here behind stairs. They can play kitty corner. They can play behind these barrels, then they can of course play behind crate. They can play the little kitty area over here. They can play behind barrels. They can play ramp. Sometimes of course they'll play over here. Sometimes they'll be over here jumping you. And then sometimes they'll be over here at car, or just covering pit long. and then it's like, what are you going to do when they're at pit and you're trying to defuse? So, for that reasoning, whenever I'm trying to retake A, unless I'm really, really short on time, I'll usually try and go long, because when I'm coming from long, there's a lot less things to cover. You come in here, you cover here, cover corner, and the crate, you go that side, make sure pit's clear. Once I have pit clear, I'll be moving up here along the wall, I'll cover over here, and then I'll jump across, then I'm playing here, and check all the spots like that. So that's usually where they are. A lot of times they'll play here if it's like a 1v1. Sometimes they'll play over here, but that's usually a rarity. So that's usually how I'll take the site. And like I said, there's just so many less places for them to be hiding than if you're coming from over there. And then you have them, if they're playing pit, then you're pretty much screwed unless you get a lucky shot way down there. So that's usually where I'll play as far as T side. As far as CT side. As far as T side, this again kind of depends on what's going on. A lot of times if I'm going long and I've got the op, I'm going for the pick. If I get the pick, I'm usually with some SMGs and stuff, so they can play the cross and stuff, and I'll usually play over here, so that I can use this pole as cover. I can get them when they're coming in, because they're going to be checking behind door, and then they're going to be checking pit, and this is like one of the last spots they're going to be checking, so I'll try and pick them when they come from here, and that also gives me free range to pick them over here. If they're coming from catwalk or if they're coming from down here. So it's just usually the spot that I'll play with op. If not, I'll play over here. If I think they're going catwalk, a lot of times I'll go here and cover from here. Just because by the time they're halfway across catwalk, they're more worried about on-site than anything. Sometimes I'll play on-site on here. That's usually if I know they're not coming long and they're coming cat or down here. That way, because I just have cover from both sides, and I can just try and, you know, get a couple picks and play that. So that's usually where I'll play on that side if I'm going from T and I'm securing the site. A lot of times what I'll do too, if I'm playing mid, is I'll be over here, I'll jump down with my smoke, throw it over here, throw a decoy after that, because then they'll both land over here. One will be there, and then the decoy will land in the smoke. And then my team can rush up catwalk, either that, or sometimes I'll just creep up here like this, and I'll play over here behind doors like I went lower tons. So that's usually where I'll go there. Another play I like to do a lot of times is you go over here and you play the cross and you throw the smoke, and then it goes off, or you can just throw it off that, and then it covers the spawn area over there so that they can't play. A lot of people usually have to push up on cat like this, and then boom, throw it off of there, throw the smoke off there, and it covers. So that's a pretty good play. A lot of people have been doing that, so it's usually what's going on there. Now, T side B. T side B is usually a little trickier. Usually what I'll do, and I'm gonna run out of time or before the round starts, but I'll go in here. If I'm playing lower, I'm jumping there so I can see if they're coming up, get a little pre-fire, and then I'll either do one of two things. I'll stay here so that when I hear them coming in, I get the quick shot on them there, or I'll creep up here. I'll usually walk and I'll play right here and get my picks there for them rotating from A down catwalk or whatnot. So a lot of times if I'm over here and I go over here, I don't hear any coming mid, but I hear them coming catwalk, I'll just creep forward over here and I'll play here. They end up jumping on Xbox, going down, and I light them up in the back. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna wait 17 seconds because I don't know if I'm gonna make the rest of this, but I'll come into B. Usually the first spots you want to play are there and there, where they usually are, and you'll see them coming to try and get over here if you're the first, especially if you're the first one, and we're running out of time. But that's okay because I guess it's gonna keep going, so that's awesome. So, but I'll shoot there and there, and then I'll come over here and I'll play window. If window's clear, I'll play there. Here I'll usually be able to see the gun, but a lot of times I would have seen them crossing over from the first one. So I'll play, check that, nothing. Then I'll check door, which is the next. Then I'll jump over here, cover this, and then sight. So that's usually my progression into sight. And then if I'm the first one, sometimes I'll play here because they're not expecting you to be peeking out, unless they're already rotating over, in which case I'll usually take my spot here, just because I have the coverage from there and there, which are the only two other access points, and then I'm covering door for my team, so they'll usually be covering my window and over there. So you have one guy over here covering that, and then you'll have one guy car covering window, while I'm here covering this. If you have any extra guys, awesome. Sometimes I like them playing there because then they can cover both of these. And if you're lucky enough to have that many guys, the last one will play here, and usually take window. So that's usually my setup there. Thanks for watching this. So far that's pretty much everything that I'll do. I'm trying to think of something else that I can give you guys as tips and tricks. I don't know if there's really too much else as far as the map goes, but that's pretty much everything that I like. And the other usual thing that a lot of people know or don't know is when you're over here and you come in here and you have a smoke, you aim over here at this red sign, you throw the smoke at it like that, it'll bounce underneath it, then drop down over here, and it'll cover the cross for you while you're still at long. A lot of times if I'm the only one at long and the team decides they're going to go B, I'll throw that because then they think we're pushing A, and then I'll back up. So it's pretty cool because you don't have to be all the way over here throwing it and then coming back. I can be all the way over here, toss that, come back this way. Just saves me, you know, about 5 extra steps one way, 5 extra ones back, so it's a pretty cool way to do it. So that's basically, you know, everything as far as A and how I usually like to play and things that I do. Make sure to comment below anything you guys want to add, or any strats that I went over that you really don't like or don't like to play, you don't find as successful, any other tips and tricks that you guys like, anything like that. Another cool strat that I'll play sometimes if I'm the closest one to A long is I'll just rush A long and I'll go all the way into pit. This is especially useful later in the games when I have some kind of a good gun. And I'll play here, and a lot of times I won't even check in here, to be honest, especially if there's only 2 pushing up on a split and 3 are going cat. Then I'll usually ignore it and they'll be pushing up and then free range on the back of their head. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. As far as strats, so that's usually what I'll play in Dust2. So I hope you guys like this review. I think I'll do some more on some of the other maps, but that's my review as far as how Dust2 goes. I actually just thought of one more that I like to do. When I'm over here going into B, especially if I've been there a few times and I know they're playing it. If there's a guy that's inside B and he's playing window a lot, I'll have the smoke ready right here and I'll throw it like that. So it goes off the wall right there, it bounces off that wall, and it comes down right about here. So what that'll do is that'll smoke up, and it'll definitely cover your entry. When you're coming from here, they won't be able to see you through there. They'll obviously get you on the radar, but it's going to help you gain access to platform over here. and then from platform, because you'll be blocked off from door too. So then you'll be able to just a small jump and you're blocked there. So then you're here, boom, and then boom. So that's another strat that I use. But again, that's kind of only specific if you know that the guy's playing there. And a lot of times you'll still have to cover a car and stuff like that. But it's just a nice little spot, especially if you're all rushing. Worst case scenario, I get that smoke down. I don't pick the guy, but the second guy does. Then you still have, the smoke there covering you from everything else. So. Yeah, but I think that's it. Definitely leave in the comments what you guys think of my little review here for Dust2. And let me know what map you want me to do next in the comments. And I'll see what you guys think, and maybe that'll determine what I do my next one on. Alright guys, thanks a lot for viewing, and see you guys on the next one.